Hello students, welcome to MBA360. A very tragic incident occurred in the state of Himachal Pradesh. A young student with dreams committed suicide because what he was promised or what he claimed that he was promised and what was actually given to him in terms of placements was dramatically different. He thought that he got into a job which will earn him 50,000 rupees per month. But when he joined the company, he was told that it's 20,000 rupees and was given a blank chit of either accept the 20,000 or quit. Now, who made a false claim, whether it's a company or the institution, or whether the student misunderstood, is an independent case that obviously the police will go through it and investigate and all. But this case is not unique. It keeps repeating itself in terms of the false claims in every university, in every college, across all courses. This might be of a student in Himachal pursuing MBA, but this could have been a BTech student also. This could have, and this need not be just in Himachal. This is happening in every state in the country, across every college at undergrad and postgrad level. The amount of misleading claims and false claims that are happening, where the student thinks that something else is going to be promised to him, and what they get when they actually graduate from the college, is dramatically different. And that will always put pressure on the student. It will take them through depression, and that is something that we should be careful about. And all this is happening because the claims that are being made by the institutions are not really being audited. Ideally, the UGC should have actually had a mandatory disclosure which talks of the kind of placements that are happening being audited by someone, and that audited statement being a part of the mandatory disclosure, where they talk of how many companies came for placement, what kind of offers we made to each student, what is the minimum salary, what's the maximum salary, and talk of at a company level what is the kind of salary that was paid, so that all of us know what is the minimum salary that's being offered. The students also know that if I go into this company, ultimately this is the kind of salary that I would be getting, because in the past audited statements, that is how it will emerge. But neither is there a mandatory disclosure, nor is there the placement claims audited. The placement claims should be audited with the pay slip of the student. Whenever you actually have an audit happening based on the placement claims that are happening, that has to be audited, then it should be based on the pay slip where the student exactly passes on what they received as the first month's pay. That's how the audit happens. But neither is there a mandatory disclosure, nor is there an audited statement, because of which the colleges and universities get away with telling lies. And why do they lie? Because that is the only way they can sell it to the next bunch of students and tell them that you have 100% placement, highest salary, median salary and all, which in a certain sense is largely a lie, big fat lie. What's happened in Himachal is very, very tragic. But I perceive that if you don't control this malaise, if you don't control this pandemic of institutions misleading children by making them false promises based on advertisements, where the regulators including UGC, AICTE, Ministry of Education don't act on it, then this might add up to the number. For the simple reason that a student is made to believe, and they actually go and tell their parents also that this is the kind of offer that they got, whereas what they get is much, much lesser. In this particular case, the student believed that he was getting 50,000 rupees per month as an offer, and what he got was 20,000 rupees per month as an offer. And that he got to know only when he joined the company where he got an offer from. It is high time that we as a nation wake up and make sure that what is promised to the children is realistic, which is true, which is not misleading, which is not a lie. And that can happen with a mandate coming from the regulators, with a mandate coming from the law enforcement agencies. It cannot happen bottom up. It has to come top down in terms of a regulation. If you make a claim, the claim has to be validated. Otherwise, stop making a claim. If you give a number, the number has to be audited. Otherwise, don't put that number up there. If you talk of 100%, let it be audited. What is the total class size? How many students sat for placement? Why did the other students not sit for placement? And of the students who sat for placement, what is the kind of offer? What is the median salary? How many companies came in? Branch-wise data. All this should be mandated. And a company-wise placement sheet also should be uploaded on the institution's website. Most importantly, the college or the university must be responsible to ensure that for the first 6 months, the student is safe in the company's hands. Because again, many a case I know for a fact that After the first 3 months, the students are asked to go because it's a racket that's flourishing. It's important for us to protect our children. It is important for us to protect our students. What happened is very, very tragic. A young boy with dreams in his eyes has moved on to Himachal to study, spent a lot of money and time and energy and effort and 2 years of his life. And what he gets is at the end of it, what was promised of 50,000 as what he claims, and what he actually got was 20,000 rupees with a take it or leave it kind of an offer. And that happens after he joins the college or joins the company. This should stop. We should make sure that it stops. We should make sure that our students know exactly what to expect and what not to expect. And we should make sure that there is also a student grievance cell that is there in every college, and at a UGC level also, an ombudsman, for so to say, who will be responsible and answerable for everything that is a misclaim or a false thing, who will be answering for the students and fighting on behalf of the students and not siding with the management. All these are important. Mandatory disclosure, audited statements, company-wise placement sheets, 6-month compulsory follow-up to ensure that the student is safe in the company's hands, and student grievance cell, so that, and a third-party audit of all these things. Unless we put up some measures to ensure that the truth, the reality, and what is promised are closer to each other, we'll get into deeper problem with many of our students falling prey to false claims, expecting the same, and when the reality actually strikes, they'll not be able to take it, and they'll take the extreme step. I hope we can protect our students. Thank you so much. Namaste.